Hi guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we will look at a scenario in which France and Germany go to war. And how will this begin? Well, France will declare war on Germany. Why would they do that? Because, well, they're starting a war. For no reason, but they want the Saarland. Yep, they want the Saarland again. And they want the Rhineland. And they think Germany wants to invade them. Really, but they don't. So yeah, you can already tell France's story for this war is off to making no sense. As France is stronger, they quickly march into the Saarland. See guys, they occupy the Saarland, and then they continue up into the Rhine region. Why would they continue up into the Rhine region? Because that's what their goal is. To take over the Rhine as they continue their push into the Rhine. As they have half the Rhine occupied, Germany starts a little counteroffensive here, which actually pushes France down to a small piece of land. But France, unfortunately, is way stronger than Germany in rankings, because France is the top 10, Germany is the top 20. So as you can tell, there's a big difference. I think France is the 9th strongest country and Germany is the 25th. So yeah, big difference. Poland is the 20th. With France persuading Belgium to allow troops through and Luxembourg, but the Netherlands refuses to allow such demands, which leads to France just declaring war. But Germany moves its forces into the Netherlands quickly to defend the Rhineland. Defend the Rhine. They tell all the Netherlands they should just retreat past the Rhine and hold a defensive, which the goal is, if this goes right, they can hold long enough for France to be exhausted. As they even try trenches down where they don't have rivers. But what are they going to do? But to Germany's surprise, Poland joins the war. Okay, that changes everything, as Poland is stronger than Germany. Yep, Poland could win. Hypothetically, theoretically, they should win. Theoretically. That doesn't mean they will. And Poland moves into German lands, as Germany is forced to move forces from the Netherlands to defend here, which they do. And some from the Rhine defense. And, well, due to this, well, they are on both sides of the Rhine. So, well, they just go behind the front line, as Germany is quick to move forces out. As they know this is not a good position to be in. But Germany goes on the counter-offensive as they get weapons somehow. And well, yeah. As they push Poland back, even encircle a big chunk of Poland's army. But they can't push Poland all the way back, which is a big deal. With France headed for... Yep, France is headed for Hamburg, guys. As they take Hamburg and push up in this Schleswig-Holstein. I guess that's what it's called, even though it's kind of south of it. With France crossing the Rhine here, Germany is in a crisis. If they can't get allies soon, they're in trouble. As they move up, and France is forced to move all units out of here, basically. Which proves to be a big failure for France. But they didn't realize something. Somebody wants to help Germany. Britain decides, well, yeah, we're back to the Middle Ages. Wait, what? And Ireland, which is further north in some places than Northern Ireland, see, decides they've had enough and they want Northern Ireland back. Okay. And how is this going to help the UK? It won't. Why can't the UK do this? Because they're stronger than France. But Northern Ireland just sides with them, basically, let's say. But the rest of the UK stays together, and the UK is quick to see Ireland annexes their land, and then Ireland says, well, we're done with this war, we don't need war anymore, we're done with war. And they say, now we can live in peace. As a unified Ireland is made. But France is not expecting what Britain's about to succeed in. France has their full north defended, but Britain is the 5th strongest nation, I believe. And Britain uses that 5th strongest nation to move in the Normandy. They move here. And over here. As this is where the trouble begins. As they even move up here. As they move down there in the Normandy, France quickly manages to kick them out of some lands. And then France starts a hopeful last push into Germany, as they have plans for a swift victory. Do we really think they'll have a swift victory? No, considering they somehow held Berlin with the big Polish attacks. As Poland starts moving down behind Berlin and encircles it. As they move down the coast, Britain quickly sends in forces, armed forces to Germany, so Germany can hold the defensive here. And they send forces to help Germany try and take Berlin, with Germany quickly evacuating its government to Munich, which allows time for Berlin to fall. As now you can see East Germany again, guys. And this is like a good scenario for the Defender, because they basically win every wild mapping video, the Defender. So yeah, as Britain continues its offensive into Normandy and Brittany, to no avail. But Spain, France tries to get to join, but they don't. Poland tries to get Ukraine, they don't. Germany tries to get Belarus, which they succeed in, and then, well, Poland succeeds in getting Lithuania, which Poland moves forces, and so does Lithuania, and before Belarus's forces get to Poland, as they crossed the border that quickly, too quick, we didn't even see it on this map, I didn't even show it, but keep in mind, they did move, they just didn't get far. They started firing on Polish forces, but they couldn't advance. Now Poland's fighting a two-front war again. Who knew Poland would fight a two-front war? And Spain just says, we're a bit busy. Why is Spain not joining this war, you may be saying? That may seem odd. Well, they are kind of having a crisis. Yeah, Catalonia kind of declared independence from Spain. Galicia and Basque, they may have had some kind of war. And then maybe that's all that happened for Spain, as they're unable to join the war now, as they have 3 places that would join the blue team. So they can't join the blue team. And so, yeah. And well, this video starts having more movement as Britain moves its attack on France further. France is forced to move like 25% of forces from that big offensive. And they're starting to plan to be pushed back to the River Rhine, which Germany is ready after a winter of, let's say winter. Yep, that just happened. And eventually they're ready to move in. And well, yeah. With it seeming inevitable that the French are going to fall back to the Rhine. With Belgium not being happy at what just happened, neither is Poland. But could you blame them? A nation as strong as France decided they would mess up their front because they lost a tiny bit of land. And yeah, they quickly mess up Britain's plans. by causing Britain to retreat. But they managed to keep a foothold in France. But Poland's ready to try and take Germany out. As they're moving down towards Munich, as the government of Germany is still there. But then they move to Hamburg. So they head for Hamburg. Then they're in Oldenburg. Yep. With Poland moving up. But with Russia claiming this is getting threatening to their border. Also, keep in mind, this is going to be a bit different than what it normally would be. Yep. Russia joins the war. They're also at another war, but that war isn't even related, and they're losing it. With Poland then moving into Bavaria, with Germany losing most of its territory, they still hold on. As the big offensive into Belarus is made by Poland. Poland may have made a mistake, but they have done something really amazing. They have taught Germany a lesson. With finally Germany crossing into the Rhine, France is almost pushed back to their original goals. With Germany and the Netherlands deciding they will attack Belgium, with it going really well. Britain lands some forces here, and then they move up. And then this is connected. As they start a big offensive against France. And yeah. That kind of happens. And well, Poland, exhausted from fighting, gets pushed back. And they get forces cut off there. But somehow or another, they go through Czechia, which gets Germany angry. Why would Germany get angry from this, you may be wondering? Well, they did because, well, that. And they told Austria, you want some of Sudetenland? And Austria says sure, which leads to them getting involved in the war. Which causes Poland to retreat from this front, basically. And Czechia is ready for the conflict as they move some of their forces in to northern Austria, and they start to encircle Vienna, which they take, but Austria does not surrender because it's basically occupied by Germany at this point. And yeah, I'm trying to keep this war realistic, but it's very unrealistic, so it doesn't look that realistic. As France finally is falling, with Germany taking into Luxembourg and Belgium, and then moving down towards Paris. As France has repelled the attack by the Netherlands and Britain. They even pushed Netherlands back. But with Germany having a new conscription started long ago at the beginning of the video about, which I forgot to mention, they are now able to launch a full-scale offensive. And yeah, there's multiple ways this could have gone. Germany defeat, French win. But yeah, as they start to move around Paris, with Britain making a landing here and swiftly moving towards Paris, with Paris being fully encircled, and fighting raging north of Paris and south of Paris, France is in trouble. But luckily for France, hopefully France thinks this will go good, Poland invades more of Germany. As Poland has taken over a lot of Germany, almost most of Austria, except where the Alps are. And yeah, and then they're moving into Germany. But Germany decides to avoid that front as they take out France, its capital, Paris. And France is in trouble as Britain then lands here. And, well, with the fall of France comes Catalonian interest in this war and Italian interest, because they're scavengers, I guess. They're going to scavenge what's left of France. Yep. They do, and they do it well. Actually, surprisingly, they can march in. With France on its knees, Marseille falls, and Nice falls, Bordeaux falls, and well, the east falls, and they move towards the west. With France basically being left to nothing. And yeah, with the south falling and many other areas, France is basically a shell of itself, and it collapses, and French Guiana declares independence. Let's go to the Eastern Front, which hasn't changed for a while. Well, now it has. Oof. Yep, it has changed significantly. And yeah, now for Germany and Britain and the Netherlands, Austria, and Italy moving forces. Because Italy does not leave the war. As Italian forces march into Austria, liberating Austria, eventually Austria is able to get its military back, and it's able to mobilize, and it pushes all the way back to the Czech border, with Germany under a huger problem, as they just need to get Czechia out they want to do, and their plan to take Czechia out is probably a good plan, as they move into Czechia from the east, and Austria moves, and from the south, with Austria mostly focused on the south and Germany on the west. And well, now they're focused on the east. As Czechia is forced to surrender, this is where the fall of their Eastern Front happens. And well, yeah. And well, somehow, quickly, within days, Vilnius falls. But luckily, the Lithuanian government somehow got Warsaw. And with Russia moving up here. And with it seeming that Russia might have the upper hand in invading Poland, this is where the tides start turning on the Western Front. Well, yeah. As they move up and take Dresden. Why would they take Dresden? Because they do. And then they move down the north coast. And yeah. The Polish front is in trouble, as Polish forces in huge numbers are pushed back to Berlin. And well, they get encircled at Berlin as Berlin falls. And then at the same time, almost all of Belarus is taken, as Italian, German, Austrian, Dutch, and British and Catalonian forces invade Poland. With Lithuania now falling, quickly falls the Belarusian front, with Poland seeing they can't win the war that France lost. They are eventually forced into trouble, as Germany and allies move in, as they encircle Warsaw, as the Russian front starts going worse. Warsaw falls, and then, well, Poland split in two. The northern part falls, and then the rest just surrenders. And peace is signed. Sudetenland for some reason. They annex some of Poland, some of France. Austria gains some of the Sudetenland. Italy gains some of France. Catalonia gains some of France. And Britain gains some of France. Ireland's united. And Benelux united. Those are two demilitarized zones. Czechia is functionally failing, basically. So, into votes of referendum happens. And well, finally, the two referendums can happen. And the first one creates Czechoslovakia, and the second one causes Austria to unite with Germany. And now Germany looks nice. I hope. Who knows? But they're democratic, so they can't be that bad. And well, everybody's happy. Russia's happy. And then they use this as basically a way, as NATO has crumbled, to get their way. How did they get their way? They were granted territories, as there's no more weapons. And they somehow lose territories, which is unexpected. And how did that happen? Because Russia got moralized. Finally. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like and subscribe as we're trying to get to 375 subscribers by May 1st. But our goal is probably going to end up, hopefully we get the 300. I don't think we'll get the goal, but I think we can get the 300. As we're at 263 subscribers, which is 37 away from 300. And yeah, 112 away from 375. So I don't think we'll get the 375, unfortunately, but I think we can get the 300. So subscribe, please, as that would be great. Prove me wrong. Get us the 375 subscribers by subscribing. Anyways, that's all for today's video. Wild Mapper out.